of the advantages that I have is I'm not employing 40,000 people like some of the big guys are. So that means I don't have benefits, I don't have health insurance, I don't have all that stuff that they have to pay for. So I can take those savings. Plus, I know how much a phone call costs, right? And I don't. My passion is to help the little guy. Because I mean, let's face it. I look at some of these phone bills, and hey, I've had them myself, and you go, wow, what am I actually paying for here?
What kind of phone system are you using? Hey guys, I'm here with John Hopkinson, a buddy of mine with South Shore Networks. How are you, John?
I'm well, Joe.
All right. Where are you from, John? I hear a slight accent. I know you, but the audience doesn't know you. We're gonna just talk here. So tell us about John. Where are you from originally, and how did you get to San Diego?
Well, I grew up in south of Boston. Spent a lot of years there. I went to Mass Maritime Academy after high school. Went to sea for 20 years, and then stopped going to sea. Did a few other things. Figured out I had to get another real job. Got one out here working with the Navy. So I spent 16 years out here with the Navy, and then finally retired from there the end of 2023. During that entire time, getting into electronics and doing that kind of stuff was always something I enjoyed. And back in 2006, a friend of mine and myself, we started South Shore Networks when voice over IP or VoIP as they call it was just kind of in its infancy.
Yeah.
When it was really challenging. And then we did that for a while. And then in 2008 is when I moved out to California. And kept the business going, kept it alive. It paid for itself. We had a few issues going on. And
like any business, right?
Oh, yeah. But, it took a few years, but it made enough money. It finally paid off its debt. And I never really wanted it to do a heck of a lot, because if it did, then I couldn't support it, right? And I think that's almost worse than not having it at all, right?
Absolutely.
So then after I retired, I said, well, let's take it full time.
There you go.
So that's how I got to where I am.
And that's how we met, right?
Yeah.
We were in a networking group together. And I'll tell you what, folks, typically what kind of clientele John's looking for is small business. So if you're running an operation, you want to run lean and mean, because you're trying to watch your overhead. And John has helped out several of my clients just kind of keep the cost down. Tell I guess, the audience exactly how you would accomplish that with what you do.
Well, one of the advantages that I have is I'm not employing 40,000 people like some of the big guys are. So that means I don't have benefits, I don't have health insurance, I don't have all that stuff that they have to pay for. So I can take those savings. Plus, I know how much a phone call costs, right? And I don't. My passion is to help the little guy, right? Because I'm
or gal,
or help the average small person. How's that? Because I mean, let's face it. I look at some of these phone bills, and hey, I've had them myself, and you go, wow, what am I actually paying for here? Right?
100%.
And on average, I'm able to reduce a business's monthly phone costs by at least 50%. Sometimes 70 to 80%, depending on which carrier they happen to have.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I find is that, but aside to that, I also have to understand IT. I have to understand networking. I have to understand that stuff. Because you don't build a house on sticks, you build it on a solid concrete foundation. Right?
100%.
And that's what a good, solid, efficient network does for you, right? It gives you that, okay? Voice over the internet, and really that's the only difference between what I do and what Ma Bell did years ago, right? You pick up the phone, you dial a number, and you go hello, or the phone rings and you pick it up and you go hello. It's not brain surgery, really, and so the only difference is today, because the traditional, I'll call it a landline, they almost don't exist anymore.
Right.
AT&T or the big companies, they're not supporting them. They're not fixing them if they break. Quick story: there is now the copper guys are out there throwing grappling hooks up over the lines, ripping them down off the poles to get the copper.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And if that happens and you happen to be using some of those lines,
you're done.
You're done. You're done, because AT&T or whoever has that is not going to fix them, right?
Yeah.
So the only difference is now years ago you used a copper phone line. It was a copper back to the main hubs, right? Today it just uses the internet. And where the internet has gone over the last 20 years, right? There's plenty of bandwidth now. That's not a problem. I mean, when we started, if you had 1 megabyte of memory in your computer, man, you had a monster going, so now it's completely different. So the internet's not the problem. The phones are not the problem. They all work. The clarity is wonderful. The only problem we see today is network. It's the only problem that we see.
Yeah, and you're starting to diversify now, not just doing phone systems, but you're actually keeping up with the pace, because earlier we were talking about AI and incorporating that to your list of services and a few other things that your partner, I think you mentioned, Rich. So you're really starting to diversify, and you're keeping up with the latest and greatest, it sounds like.
Yeah, we're trying to. We're trying to. I mean, AI is a great thing. I don't, in a lot of cases, I don't think it's there yet. I don't think it's ready for prime time. It's really not, because so before you release an AI product, there is a ton of work that has to go into that, because the AI has to have the knowledge base to be able to answer the questions, right? And it's but it's like I don't know, have you ever got stuck in that phone loop where press 1 to go here, and it's not where you want to be. You can't talk to anybody. You can't. It's like it's so frustrating. That's the other thing I never do. I use automated attendance in my system too, but it's short, sweet, to the point, right? You've reached XYZ company. Press 1 for sales, 2 for service, and 3 for accounting, and 4 for the complaint department, right?
So you basically could offer either or, it sounds like, whatever the client
the client wants, and every client's a little different. So every system is customized to that client.
Right.
So it's just. So far, I love the interaction, and it just works.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. John's a super friendly guy, easy to work with. I've known John many years, and folks, how I'm starting to play more and more in the marketing and tech space, because my business demands it. And so small realtor shops, boutiques, probably a great fit for John, and other businesses, obviously, because that's how we actually met, through a business networking group. And you could be an attorney that has a small partner shop, and maybe an insurance agent, like Chris. I mean, you saved him like hundreds of dollars.
So Chris that was a network issue.
Oh, okay.
That was a matter of whoever provides your internet, right? You got to put it on your calendar. Call them once a year, right?
Okay.
What are the latest promotions?
That's a good point. Okay. That's a very good point. Yeah.
It's I just had one of my customers, his internet was going to go from 140 a month to 200 a month, because his promotion was ending, right? The new promotions was we added a phone line, which I don't care because I don't need, right? And he actually needed a mobile phone, so we got a mobile phone. So now he's got the internet, he's got an extra phone line that we could use if we needed to, and he's got his mobile phone, and that's all for $130 a month.
Wow.
So you got to make that, so you set your calendar. You make sure that with your internet company, you never get on auto renew, right?
Great tip.
Never on auto renew.
Great tip.
Because in a lot of cases, and it's one of the few things that I'll say, getting into a contract is okay. Right? Because with internet, regardless of where you live, there's probably only 2, maybe 3 potential. There's not that much competition. Okay, so and they're all for the most part about the same, right? But if you get into auto renew, not only a lot of cases does it renew your term, renew your cost, right? But it also renews your contract,
right? Without
you knowing it,
right?
So one of the things that I find with the small business people is, okay, they're going to open up auto repair shop. Auto repair shop's a perfect customer for me. And okay, I'm going to open up my shop. What's one of the first things I need to do? Well, I got to bring internet in here. Okay, I'll pick on Cox, because that's a short word. So you call Cox and you go, okay, hey, I need internet here at my new business, and they go, great, and then they go, okay, and then how many phones do you need? Because they provide phone service.
For an extra fee.
Right? Oh, for a big extra fee, right? The difference is that guy, he's the auto mechanic.
Right.
He's not the tech guy.
Yeah.
He's the auto mechanic. So, because let's face it, as small business owners, we wear multiple hats, right? We're the technician. We're the marketer. We're the
cleaning service.
Yeah, we're the cleaning service. Yeah, I mean, and we got to do the admin.
Right.
We got to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we're usually only really good at one.
Right.
And in a lot of cases, especially, and I'll pick on the auto guy again, but I'm sure he's a great mechanic. Probably not much in the IT world.
100%.
Right?
Yep.
And hopefully he's got a sister that's a bookkeeper.
Yeah.
Okay, so he can keep his books straight, right? But they just don't know what they don't know.
100%.
Right? So, I go in, I don't charge anybody to go in and just say, well, okay, what are you doing? What's going on? Let me see your phone bill. Okay, see this? See this? See this? And I love the fees that are on phone bills that aren't necessary. $40, $50 a month for something that is just pure profit to the big companies.
Wow.
Right? And it's not spelled out correctly.
Right.
It really doesn't. It's not real clear. Right? But yeah, I look at that and it's like, look at this. What is all this?
Highway robbery, I think they call it, right?
Yeah. And I get it, but and maybe that's how that is how they pay for some of their overhead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I heard they're doing that a lot in Vegas now. With you go to a restaurant and there's that extra service fee.
Oh yeah. And what's that for?
Right.
Where's that going?
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But just kind of helping the small guy just understand what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, most small businesses that I know of, if they could save $100, $150 a month.
That's a game changer. That's a nice dinner with the spouse.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
There you
I get it. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good.
So,
Good.
That's that.
And you go anywhere, right? You're not just San Diego, because sometimes you go to Riverside, sometimes you go to I don't know, East County. Well, you're in East County, but Imperial. Do you go out there, San Bernardino?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I pretty much physically service anywhere from the Mexican border up to LA, up in the LA area, right?
A lot of businesses out there.
There is. LA. It's okay. But I will tell you, the last time I went to I got a customer up in LA. It's 130 miles.
Yeah.
From my house to his business. Right.
Oh, I drive there a lot. My son goes up there.
It took me longer to go the last 20 miles than it did the first 110.
Oh, I'm familiar. I'm very familiar. LA traffic is not fun.
But it's cost of doing business, right?
Right.
So I don't mind. I drive a hybrid car, so
there you go.
So the traffic isn't that bad. Doesn't kill me that bad on fuel.
There you go.
But yeah.
So you're looking for somebody, small business owner, looking to save money, not looking to deal with these bigger companies. Any other ingredients you typically like to look for when you're looking for a client?
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. It's nothing complex here.
There you go.
So I physically service, the entire, pretty much entire Southern California, but I can do, I can service any customer anywhere in the country. Okay. Matter of fact, I just put a guy online this morning in Alabama.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
I drop shipped him a phone.
Okay.
Logged into his computer remotely. Did a little bit of setup. Bada bing, bada boom. Hello.
So you could go nationwide.
I go nationwide.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. And send over the equipment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I drop ship the equipment. I got a warehouse in Reno, and I got a warehouse in Buffalo, and it's usually only 2 or 3 days to get the equipment.
Okay.
And then I have the equipment all set up, so they pretty much just they get them, they plug them in, and once the phone sees the internet, it reaches out to the provisioning server and goes, "Hey, here I am," and the provisioning server goes, "Here you go."
That's
and
it.
It loads itself up, and there you go. That's
Beautiful.
it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that was super simple. If you're looking to save some money and you're a small business owner, you definitely need to reach out to John. John, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Probably email.
Okay. What's your email?
Email is owner, OWNER, at ssnsolutions.net. That's SSN and then solutions with an S, .net. Or you can call my office at 619-677-1975. And that will get me wherever I am. I am my service and my service after I am available 24/7. I've been on 24/7 call for 40 years, so that's not a problem for me. I get a call in the middle of the night. Now I'll tell you, in my phone business, that hasn't happened yet, but I can roll over and go back to sleep after the call, so there's no big deal there. I was a sailor in a future life, so you can leave me up in the corner and I can take a nap. So So
beautiful. Well, John, thank you so much for being here, sharing some of your experience, words of wisdom, and your business opportunity for all the folks out there. Thank you so much, John.
It's been a pleasure, Joe. Thank you.
Absolutely.